Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video in which we are going to learn about methods or functions in Java programming. So a method is nothing but it is a block of code that performs a specific task. So guys, suppose you need to create a program to create a circle and color it. So you can create two methods. That is, in order to solve this problem, you can have a method to draw the circle and another method to color the circle. Now after creating both these methods, you can call these methods multiple times. So let's say we want to create a circle with a radius 5 centimeter. So you can call this method with the radius as 5 centimeter and a new circle will be drawn for you. And in order to color the same circle, you can call this method and provide the parameter that is green. So this method will be called and the same circle will be colored as green. Now next time you want to create another circle, so this first method will be called again and you need not have to repeat the same lines of code that is used in order to create a circle. So guys, that is the magic of functions or methods in Java programming. So guys, let us understand this with the help of examples as well. Now dividing a complex problem into smaller chunks makes your program easy to understand and reusable. So guys, two important things over here: easy to understand and reusable. So guys, functions make your code easy to understand and help anyone else in order to understand what exactly you have written in your Java programming. And another importance is the reusability factor. So guys, you can use the same methods again and again to do the repetitive task. Now as far as the syntax of the Java method is concerned, as you can see, declaring a Java method over here, first of all, you can have a modifier and then we have the static keyword. So guys, these are optional things, but the most important thing is the return type. So we have seen previously, if the method doesn't return anything, we can provide void over here as a return type, or it can be any other data type such as integer or a string value or a double value as well, followed by the name of the method, and inside the open and close brackets we have parameters. So this is also not mandatory. It can also be blank, or it can have one parameter, or it can have two parameters, or any number of parameters, or you can also pass the array of elements as well. And then inside that we have the method body. So guys, let us understand all this with the help of examples over here. So on this Eclipse, I'll just clear the previous code over here. So guys, we will create a function in order to add two numbers. So over here, what we will do is, let's say we have void and then followed by add numbers as the method name. So guys, add numbers we have, and then inside the brackets we will have two numbers that will be passed from the main method from where the function will be called. So guys, over here we will have int a, and then we will have another integer that is int b. So guys, these are the two parameters and these are the two numbers that we will be expecting whenever this method is called. And then inside this we will have the curly braces and then followed by, let's say we have another integer that is sum, and this will add these two numbers, that is a plus b. So this is a very simple functionality guys. We are going to have the void as the return type. This means that this function is not going to return anything, and then it is going to take parameters, that is two parameters, integer a and integer b. And what it will do is, it will create the integer that is sum and assign it a value that will be the sum of these two numbers a plus b. And then what we will do is, we will just print this number, that is println statement we will use, and then sum of numbers is, and then plus operator followed by the name of the variable, that is sum, in which the sum will be stored. So guys, this is the way in which we declare a function and also define the function. So we have already defined a function over here that will add two numbers and print the sum of those two numbers. Now guys, the only thing that is remaining is to call this function. So from main method we are going to call this function. So I'll just copy this add number over here and paste this over here, and inside this we are going to pass two numbers since it is expecting two numbers over here. So guys, let's say the first number I provide is 2 and then followed by comma, and then I'll provide another number that is 3, and then we'll have semicolon over here. So guys, as we can see, we are getting a red underline over here. So it says cannot make a static reference to a non-static method add number. So guys, why we are getting this error over here? That's because we are trying to call a method from a main method which is static. So whenever we are calling any method from a static method over here, in which case we are calling from a static main method, so the method that we are calling must also be static over here, and that is what is being suggested over here. Change add number to static. So I'll just click over here. So as you can see, static keyword is being provided over here as the prefix, and then the rest of the things are same. So guys, let me just save this file and try running this code to see what happens. So as we can see, sum of numbers is 5. That's because 2 and 3 we had passed to this method, and inside this method both the numbers were added and the value was stored in this sum, and the same value was printed over here using the println statement. So guys, let me show you another example. Let's say instead of these two numbers we have 10, 20 as the two numbers. I'll just save this file and try running this code. So the sum of 10 and 20 is expected, and as you can see, sum of numbers is 30, and in this way we can easily use the method in order to execute some lines of codes, in order to do some number manipulations or print some statements. Now guys, let us say you want to add more numbers apart from these numbers, that is 10 and 20. You want to print another addition of two numbers. So what I can do is I'll just copy this line of code, that is the function that is being called, and paste this over here, and then the other two numbers we will provide in these parentheses. So let's say we have 5 over here and 6 over here. So I'll just save this file and try running this code. So as we can see, sum of number is 30. That's because 10 and 20 were passed for the very first time, and then again the second time the same method was called with other two numbers, that is 5 and 6. So the sum of numbers is 11. So again the second time the method was called and the println statement got executed with the sum of 5 and 6 values. So guys, this is the importance of methods and functions. You can reuse them any number of times whenever you want. Guys, let me show you another example. Let's say instead of printing this sum of numbers in this add number over here, what we will do is whatever the addition of number is, that is whatever the value of sum is, we are going to pass it back to the main. So in order to do that, we are going to remove this void keyword over here, since we are going to return something. So guys, whenever we are going to return anything from a method, we are going to provide the data type of that value. So integer is the data type, and what I will do is I will just remove this line of code and I will provide the return keyword followed by the variable name, that is sum. So this sum is having the addition of these two numbers, and then the same value I am just returning using this return keyword back again to the function from where this function was called. Now guys, in order to receive this sum, we have to assign some value over here. So I'll just remove the second line of code, and this add number we will keep it as it is, and we are going to declare another variable over here, that is sum1 over here, as you can see, or instead of sum1 we can have total. So let's say int total and then add number, which means this function will be called with these two numbers, and then the sum of these numbers will get stored in this sum variable, and the same variable will be returned over here and will be assigned to this variable, that is total. Now guys, we can use this total in order to print the total of these two numbers. So let me just provide the print statement over here. So what we will do is total of numbers, so we will provide this string is and then plus operator followed by total variable name. So guys, what we are doing is instead of printing the number inside this add number method, we are just returning the value and printing in the main method from where the method was called, that is the add number method was called. So let me just save this file and try running this code. So as we can see, total of numbers is 30. So it is going to have the same functionality, but in this case, instead of having the void return type, we are going to have the int return type. Similarly, we can have the other return types such as string or double values as well. So guys, it completely depends on your requirements, what kind of requirements you are having, and accordingly you can create different methods that you want based on the requirements as far as reusability and understandability of the code is concerned. So guys, that's it in this video. Comment below if you have any queries regarding any of the Java programs so far. Please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to this channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. The next video that we are going to talk about is method overloading in Java programming. So stay tuned.